See ya! That was 50 points off the track, baby.
In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. Through city streets and temples high, find your story beneath the sky. Waves crash, pumping out your sense, harmony flows to the best of lands. In the neon glow, where is spent, the culture rich, where is sense, even more no grace. We'll dance the night with every star, a guiding light. In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. The cherry lanes and
Well, I just got myself an AS valve already.
near the moonlit nights.
Alrighty, guys. Let me send out that I'm live. Yesterday, do that. Yesterday, I had something come up. I was going to live stream last night with some Euro trucking, and ended up not doing it because we have some breaking things that I had to really share. But I am checking a thing. We're gonna check to see if we have Ireland. Okay, we do not have Ireland in any of my stuff. No, we're just gonna exit the mod manager real quick because right now, we have a couple of things I need to share with you. Right now, we have 162 mods. Everything that I have here is enabled, except for a couple. Except for Antarctica, Winterland, and Grand Utopia. And we have basically specifically removed, we have the Emden, and then we have that. So pretty much this is everything that I use. Now we have 26 non-map mods in our let me go to my my scientific calculator. We have pretty much 26 mods. We should have a total of 159. I don't have Ireland equipped right now, but we should have plus 26. We should be at 185 on our mod list. We're at 181. Okay. Now I know that I probably removed something. Along the path, but because you have 159. Do I absolutely? Let me double check. Okay. So what we have right now is I'm gonna add Ireland back in, but what we're gonna double check is we gotta double check everything here today before we do drive. Just to hit apply, because we're at 161 and we're at 185. We don't have everything available to us, but known issues right now. Known issues in 1.56. Roads of Chattanooga and Southeast Asia have been fully removed because of these things being being a problem. Um, and so I removed pretty much those Southeast Asian roads of Chattanooga. I don't think I have Truck Dream Road, but let me double check. I do have the Truck Dream Road, so I just wanted to make. I really. Maybe I don't have. Hold on, let me go hit truck, and let me check to see if I do. Trans-Siberian. Okay, let me go down here. Okay. We're going to take out the Truck Dream Road for real quick. We're going to hit apply. We're going to tick all of those, and then we'll hit apply on that and see. Okay, so just to see what the Truck Dream Road is, yes, we do have that. Because it's all in different form. Absolutely. Do I have? I want to double check to make sure I'm not missing anything. Australia's available. Asia. Okay, so we shouldn't have any Asia. Let me check South. Okay, so those are all the things there. Let me type in South here as well, just to make sure. Okay. Do I have Indo? Hold on, let me check. I'm checking to make sure I have. Okay, yes, we do. I'm trying to see. Because I don't have the Grand Utopia. I have America. I have the West Africa. Okay. I do not have Ireland as my thing. It's 159. Which, if you have 159, okay, have 159. 159 plus 26 should, no, plus 26 should be that way. But we have 181 minus 159 should only have 22 extra additional modifications within our files. If we are missing anything, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, we have 26. So there's somewhere along the line. Okay. That we're missing some mods. So we do have, we're going to clear all of them. We're going to check, tick, 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 tick. Well, I'm pretty sure that right there is going to basically, tick you, tick you. We do have you. I just saw that we have both of those. northern Rust map. Basically, guys, like I want to make car north to just check. Okay, yeah, no. Basically, right here, um, it's basically telling me to either pick the Rust map or the Pro Mods map. So we can subtract 158 onto this. We are utilizing the Pro Mods version, so it's 158 for that. Which it's still going to be 184, so we still got to check to make sure. The Rust maps, Lativa, European, more cities, European cities. Greece, we should check to see if we have both. Oh, we don't have more cities, Greece. Okay, so let me look up more cities, Greece. More cities, Greece. And we need the other one here as well. Okay. Then we got Bulgaria, E60, the Roll West, Sengen. I know we have all these up to their project. Let me check. Check Bulgaria, Roll Sengen, Project Sesko. So Poland, Project Sesko. Because some of these are there, and then we go here. We have you. We have IMP, and we should have MDN. Yep. Okay, so now we will go down to Portugal. Rebuild. We've got them. We do have the Ryland maps. Because I want to make sure Pro Mods, Portugal. Okay. Then we got the enclaves. And we got Arabia. We got Bear Island. We should have SG in Canada. And the SJ maps. Then we got the northern map. Pro Mods. We got the north. Cold North, Java Road, basically the heart of Africa. RW Beyond, Horn of Africa, Wilderness Fix. Okay. Africa Extended, Road into the Wilderness, Africa Fix, and regular road into Wilderness. And the Beyond, Horn of Africa and Africa Beyond Extended. And you have the Egypt, and then we should have the Red Sea. Okay. The Trans-Siberian. beyond RC. Then we have the Pro mods. Beyond V routing fix. Beyond fix. We should be all the way through beyond up to Africa extended. So we should have all the beyond stuff is what we do. Horn of Africa. The EF West Africa. Africa extended. And then West Africa. Syria, Maldives, Pro mods. Chattanooga. FDR Far East. Baleka. We should go all the way to Trans-Siberian Truckway, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Off the grid. The Volga map. Australia, Volga. A map. Then we have the Siberia map. Free, Wanaka, Truck Dream Road, and then we should have all these here, which we do. And then we should have Australia, Tasmania map. Then we have the Project Caribbean. So we're all caught up. So those are all the maps modes that I use. For it, nothing is missing. I'm pretty sure that we have a 181. There is probably we take out 2 on this with our calculator. We have 159. We'll take that minus 2, which is 157 plus 26. There is 3 extra additional, and they're probably like these things where you know, where it only tells me, oh, you have this map and we don't have the other one. We do have the Rush Central map, right? Yeah, we have the Rush Central map for that. Like, take that one out. For it. And then the Canada map is basically of Africa, like those are their um, pro mods. I'm trying to see. Yeah. So um, pretty much I said I wasn't gonna add Ireland. It's 159. Um, um, yeah, because we take out the 2, um, and it leaves it to 183, instead of 185 because of the 2 that are there. So that's right. It just moves the 2 because you got to remove that and the extra to make sure. So now I'm gonna go and hit IR, um, download U and download U, because we're gonna add those in. Um, because I don't care. They are going to get into. They are going to Ireland soon, so this will be one of those mods that will probably won't be used and won't be needed. So we got that one, and then the other one, um, extract me. So yeah, the one that says extract me. Um, hit extract here. Map and map fix. Okay. They're going to get just directly moved into Euro Truck Simulator 2. And then we can just take you. And it will make it a little bit quicker just to move them into the mod section. And then now we look for... I know I said that, but we're going to confirm these changes so that we can have the more grease. Because they have an issue right now with Ireland. And then the Ireland stuff goes between Arabia. So and Bear Island. So that's pretty much and then we can take you down here as well. And then we'll get doing to a drive today. It's gonna tell me that we have problems. Now if I can't load in, then we'll just uninstall Ireland. Confirm those changes. Okay. Now we're at 185. It would normally tell me that that's where we should be without the Ireland, but because there's a couple of them, it's 183. I did miss the more cities Greece. I don't. It's not that I don't. My computer can run this no problem. Um, Um, can run this no problem. It was just a more cities grease because we have to uninstall the Asia portion. I know that I found out why is there's a couple of mods that are breaking in the Asia area. Do not like if you're somebody that's just testing and doing testing for Southeast Asia and the roads of Chattanooga, then you probably might as well just check. But I have them uninstalled because there's no point in me keeping couple of mods that are breaking. And so if I go, that's why I use the GMC community. Always use them. They're going to be your best bet for everything on your on your list of things to really get down and absolutely supporting the community throughout. And I use their logo, but I use it because this is something where I promote them. I'm promoting their line of work and things. I'm looking to see where my phone's at because I know I'm supposed to have TikTok open and I don't have it open. So give me a second. We'll let this load in while we go get my phone. All right, guys. So here's the updated map that we have right now. Um, for it. Um, Basically, I did run through um traveling through um American truck and Euro truck stuff. Like I absolutely found that some of these graphical glitches, like the rain glitch is here. It's probably the Southeast Asia the Asia portion. I probably should move the rain stuff to the forefront, but it could be that I just have too many. It just fixed itself, so I don't know if there really is anything that we can really do. We're not gonna we're gonna start a small haul. Um, um, still cord. We're gonna take the one with the price per distance. Which is this furniture one. Now we're going to go backwards. I don't want to go backwards though. I want to start heading back to Europe. So we will take you for this one, and then tomorrow we'll get somewhere But if we are still experiencing okay, that's why we're gonna go to titles. No, no, we're just gonna go to services. Um, load back from this. Um, because we are having those graphical glitches, I am wondering if it has to do with a lot of the graphical things and me not just following the rules that you put all the maps below, and then anything truck related goes up above everything else, which which might be something that we do, that we just uh, check, moving basically all of my truck skins, um, hold on. Okay, yeah, no. I see why. Hold on. Let me load back in. Let me do this. Let me test something. We're testing right now for today. But, because I wanted to get into things, but we're having some major issues, and I'm going to crash here just for loading in to the title screen. Because I wasn't, I am going to shift the graphical barriers, graphical, follow their way of doing things, and moving all the truck stuff and truck skins and things above everything, and see if that changes anything. Um, Fixing graphical, like, because sometimes, um, okay. So now let's go down here. We're going to rededicate a lot of our mods that I have. We're gonna move them up. We're gonna follow their So we have the island things, but let me go down here. Um, Let me go over here and check. We could have it switch over from that, but let's go over here to setup information. Okay, general combo notes. Longer the load time is going. Okay, how to set up. That's how to really. Load order for additional mods. Background map. Okay, we have our loading screen, graphics, and weather setup. Um, Okay, so basically, I am only going to move it, put you up at the top there, and then, because we have to follow that, I'm going to keep all the truck stuff back, because these are just mod priorities, and then we'll type in better map barrier. Okay, all of this, basically, better raindrops there, and then better visibility we'll put up above that. And then we put the sound, and then physics, graphics, and weather setup there, sound and physics. And then we have our trucks, trailers, paint jobs, cargo, AI, traffic, tuning interiors, everything should follow that. But I am going to also, though, I'm going to check to see if we have the SCS sound package thing. So let me check in SCS. And we'll say SCS sound. Okay. Actually, no, we can do it this way. We'll do SCS, but then we can come down here, and look for sounds. Okay. And I'm looking for, and actually we can actually go up here instead. We'll do music, menu music, GTS, Minecraft, Okay, we're gonna try something. We're gonna see changes. We're gonna try just testing to see, just by adding, music. Okay. I'm gonna put the original loading screen there, graphics, sound, and then I'll just let everything else, physics, there. I'm just gonna keep that. We'll confirm those changes just to have, just because I wanted to see something. And I love the ability to modify the game. I'm only because we have it raining, but I want to see if that just fixes. Our truck skins and stuff can be below everything else because there's like no, there's like nothing. And if I was just not adding any maps or anything, then I would basically say, okay, we're just gonna leave it the way it is, because what's the point? But I did move some of the graphical stuff a little bit higher, increase the priority on some of these things. Because mostly everything like maps, it's like, okay, but now we should be under a repair vehicle. If we do still see graphical glitch like that, yeah, much better. We're just gonna repair everything here. Because I cannot replace anything. Nope. Best price per distance. That's gonna give us the best amount of money for it. I think what we will do, it'll take you. Right? It's, is it having me going into that point? Because if that's the case, then why is it having me go around and up into that point? Oh, hold your horses. Absolutely can. That's on the other end. But it's literally right here. Okay. It'll take you. Now that actually does make a lot more sense now. That's why I'm like, anything graphical, I just kept the truck stuff below. What they really should do is have like a better example. But But we got some fixing, some stuff, but we had to remove a couple of okay. We do need to rest though. Because I was literally just gonna walk out of this place and not get repaired. So yeah, I removed a couple of those. I was gonna use Southeast Asia, and I was gonna use the Roads of Chattanooga, but they are bugged right now in 1.56. But we do got some things coming in, for us in the near future. And for what it's worth, guys, 1.57 will be out soon. Yeah, it's having me, I don't know why it's having me go into that lane when we're going to the right. Sometimes the nav system is just not that great. But I did wanted to share with you guys, I did remove a couple of things. I did remove Grand Utopia. I feel like that it's just not worth having all of these maps or having all of these mods available to me in any way, shape, or form. So I just really am just like, okay, whatever. Um, so, but within a game, guys, within a lot of the American truck and Euro truck stuff, there's a lot of things that I really find myself enjoying about this game. We have the 1.56 coming up. I mean, for 1.57 for a lot of this. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if we'll ever make it to Ireland before they release it. Because you have so much to travel, so much things to see around in here. Um, um, so I just basically, I'm somebody that's out here that'll tell you that, basically the next one we will have some updates to the Nordic Horizons area. So whatever Pro Mods has available for us right now, they're gonna have to update the Nordic Horizons area, on their next roundabout, because they're gonna have to, really take a lot of that consideration for that. They're gonna have to take a lot into consideration on these pro mods to do that. Now, if we don't use pro mods, the Nordic Horizons area wouldn't bother us in any shape, but we do use pro mods, and I'm not gonna stop using pro mods. We are still having graphical glitches out here, but I did remove a couple of those, because we have those graphical, and if we still end up getting graphical glitches as we go throughout the thing, then I'm just gonna basically say that, that it's a lot has to do with the anything else that we have going on, is mostly pertained to this area, and to find that I just removed a little bit because I have some crashing going on and some graphical glitching going on out here. So basically I will just let them know that, hey, that even without that I'm having some graphical glitching out here without the other two. So it's like so I think it's a Java Road Revolution maybe on things, but yeah, there's no way I can get around this, guys, so if I still see graphical glitching going on out here, um, we might just have to say we'll just get rid of it. And I will travel this in 1.55. I think it's just more of the graphical glitching going on, that when you bring forward something that it's hard to bring something forward from a mod and just bring it forward into a game, into this, and fix it. That's why a lot of times, like, if you have graphical glitches but you didn't have it in 1.55, please do go out and make sure that there is those kinds of things getting around to being done. Because I'm noticing a little bit of still some glitches down here in this area, in the Asia area, down here. So and I do live stream this, do record for fixing these things, but 1.57 is on its way. We will get the Nordic stuff. We will get a lot of those. Nordic Horizons is coming, so we will be purchasing that when it gets to the point. Because our $32 that we still have sitting on our Steam account, on my Steam account, will go towards that for it. And I will tell you, I'll always go for Euro over American first. Now that doesn't mean that we will have 1.57 for American coming too. America seems it'll be a little bit easier though. There is hardly any modifying breaking stuff. There's only like 32 mods that I use. I don't use any Canadian stuff. I just use pro mods and a few extra for the American area by adding more cities and stuff. But that's about it. Europe is where I have a lot more mods. If I took out all of Europe, and just specifically just put pro mods and then extend out with um, now, don't know why that there isn't like an actual like gas station set up out here, but we can get gas out here. For it. Um, but we have one thing that I do really, uh, that's really something, actually some decent things coming out, is that, um, is we have this thing, out and about um, with a couple of things talking about gaming in general. Like we have, oh, there's rumored that Half-Life Alyx is gonna be out, but it's still rumored, and it's like, it's rumored. It's been like beaten to death on this um, Half-Life 3 thing, not Half-Life Alyx. Sorry, Half-Life 3. Wait, Chevy's in here now? Well, I kind of figured they might. Just start having actual things. And I'm going to tell you, like, Euro Truck Simulator is one of those games that really does amazing job. Now, of course, this is the only game that I will pretty much play outside of uh, simulation games for trucking, anyways. There's this other one that I might, but I have to see what other people think of it before I even make any full-on full-on decision and stuff. Um, oh no. Oh no. Are you gonna let me in, buddy? Is nobody gonna let me in? Because I thought this was only a... Oh, looky there! Hey, lucky, lucky me. Minute, nope. We gotta go this way. We got some wear and tear on our truck, which we will fix at our next nearest convenience, which will be down here, um, because we got you and you available, um, down there. right there is where we got our, where we can do our repair if we need to repair. But it's like if you play just pro mods, you won't have. If you just stick to one map set, I I'll tell you, if you stick to only using pro mods, you won't, and just only exclusively pro mods, um, you won't have any issues with the game at any point. Like just having one map set up, you won't have to put it anywhere. Um, you can put it anywhere you want, and the game will still run. But if you're doing something like me, make sure that you do follow their strict rules. I only have my trucking stuff at the very bottom because I want the other things to render in first. But the other good thing about um yeah, no wonder why they should still kept it at 10 miles an hour at the low end. Um, but there is this thing that that I just hope that I've never really. I'll tell you this. Um, I never really touched a Half-Life game. Um, I think it's stuck. I think it's stuck because of the thing. This is, this should be a little bit wider for a truck area, um, just for trucks, and I think that'd be making some things a little bit better. Um, but mostly, there's this thing that I just hope that we do see Half-Life Alyx. We might be able to see Half-Life Alyx, not Half-Life Alyx, Half-Life 3. If we see Half-Life 3 in Pro Mod, not in Pro Mods, but in um, with the Steam Valve Steam machine, and it comes out releasing with it, a lot of people are gonna be like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna be like, whatever. I've never played Half-Life. I've been meaning to maybe try it at some point. Maybe it's like, well, maybe during the Christmas sale, if I get any gift cards, maybe we'll get a Half-Life, and I'll just try Half-Life out. Cause I never really played Half-Life. I have, technically, I think I actually could even pull out my Xbox, actually. Um, um, yep, we're not gonna be able to get our vehicle situated, fixed there, because you know, um, I usually just keep it down a certain way, but I am also happy with with a thing that got released today, but unfortunately Trump is still wanting to we'll see how much of it is redacted, how much of it is like just nonsensical. I want to see what this is. So we have discovered a recruitment agency there. And we've discovered a truck area there. So we got another place for recruitment. We have 102 two on that. So we've got a lot of good things for myself though. There's a lot of good things today because you know the Epstein files at least have gotten all but one Republican voted yes on this, and every Democrat voted yes to releasing the Epstein files, which is actually a great thing. Fantastic day for it. But there's a lot of good things coming in, and coming in with Euro Truck Simulator 2, there's a lot of good things, a lot of things coming out that's just really going to bring this game up better. And so now tonight, guys, we're gonna have some changes. We're still gonna do Save the World. We're gonna still do Fortnite tonight. It's Tuesday, but we do have Glass will be on until 12:30, most likely, maybe. You know, if I was like Glass and but we've got at least decent things coming in within our gaming space, because I feel like that, you know, we've talked about the Steam machine, but there's rumors that the Steam machine could be $400 or $500, but I'm like, that's not the case. Because a lot of people like don't get your expectations. Don't get your expectations. What I'm gonna say, it's probably gonna be $1,000 for this Steam machine. $1,000. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be high-end computer parts. I think it's gonna be more or less about $100 or $200 less I think it's just going to be about an average low-end PC rather than a high-end and closer to the high-end gaming console, like the quote-unquote high-end is the PlayStation Pro. It's going to be probably more expensive than the Pro, but probably more like $1,000, maybe. I'm being generous, saying that that it might be $900, being the lower end. The highest I expect this to probably be is 1,500 at the highest. I don't expect it to be like them trying to take a loss on it, because they're gonna basically allow you this machine. Basically, they're allowing you to install whatever you want on it. You can install Windows. You can install Steam OS, which is what I will probably use as a Steam OS. I'm gonna have the um we're gonna have the Steam OS, and then we'll let that one be kind of for Steam, and we'll just use it as a Steam OS. We'll just use that, because we'll be on Linux anyways. Why not stick to utilizing a different Linux operating system using the default Steam OS for that one, keeping Linux on my Bazzite on this one, and then having a Windows laptop. I think will probably allow for me to have a little bit of versatility to doing so. Now, if I will tell you, if I end up getting another laptop, then I will most likely be looking at trying to basically, then I'll probably switch then I'll probably have this laptop here or the new laptop over to a Linux-based operating system, Bazzite precisely, to decide on which one's going to be better, which one's going to be the best option. But if I do, I have to really think about, am I going to use it just as a daily driver, or when I travel, or am I going to use it as a secondary when I travel, because I want transparency. I pretty much, this laptop is the only laptop that'll be that'll be for Linux based anyway. But I pretty much use this as my primary way of playing a lot of games. I use Linux as basis, and it's one of the things that I love about technology, and things that I have a little bit of more choice now. That, look, I went and used Bazzite on a daily basis. I went and used Linux on a daily basis. Now, more than I use anything else. I rarely use Windows on a daily basis as much anymore, because the point is I only use it for streaming now. Once I can get a job, once I can get a capture card, I'm going to apply for this thing. And I'm going to say, and if this job is remote, guess what? I won't have to really yeah, so we've got some additional points, but but we have a lot of these portions of these things where Bazzite is just one of those things that you have to really sit down and actually try it out for yourself. Like, I'm gonna be honest, don't just nag and say Cashew or Bazzite or whatever. Like, I will tell you, like, somebody when, like, if you're somebody that's just getting into Linux, personally, just use Bazzite. It's just snappy. Cashew OS, is another great one that I've heard from people, but it's like an ARM based, and it's like if you're not somebody that knows how to program, it's probably or knows command line or knows things like that, you're gonna have a little bit of a harder time. But like it'll just be a little bit harder. But if you're on Bazite, you won't have that problem. If you get a if you're on SteamOS, you won't have that problem if you're just doing it for gaming itself. Um, and that's what I would do, is just start getting yourself away from Windows if you can find a way to do it. Like if you have a PlayStation's gonna be your friend. If you have a Linux, if you have Bazite, it's gonna start becoming your friend, and you'll enjoy it. Like I think you will have a little bit more fun. You'll trying something new, getting used to. Like there's gonna be some problems sometimes with Bazite that I just haven't experienced really any problems with it except for behind one thing, and that's just my capture card not working. So it's like I am 90% on to Windows. I'm 90% on Windows. I mean, on Linux. Pretty much I have a phone that's running Android, but it's Linux based anyway. And then I run my main computer on that. And not only do I have that, I also use, if I get this Steam machine, I'm going to use the SteamOS. I'm going to use what comes with the system, using SteamOS as my primary device when I have this job and have this stuff, because it's going to be primarily done that way, and it's going to be me utilizing it for it, which means I'm just going to have to find that means I'm just going to have to keep finding I might end up having to stay with Windows if I end up getting this audio job. But to be honest, this job, but to repair all, and then I'm gonna repair you. Yeah, because I can't afford the 4%, but I will, like I said, I always will repair if it's above a 5% on for Euro Truck, because it's like, what's the point in spending to replace on stuff? Having a little bit of wear and tear is okay, but we are going to say, how far do we got left? We got that travel. Now I will be getting off promptly at 6, so whatever so whatever happens. But I will tell you, like I'm not gonna, like, I still have like, I will put into genuinely I only repaired my truck. I did not repair the trailer. Maybe in our next stop we will work on that. But there is this thing, guys, that, you know, I just really am just happy with the way that I can do things through here, and happy with a lot of the technology that's just shifting. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, if I sat here and I said, okay, I'm 20, um, I'm 30, and if you talk to me 20 years, if you talk to me 15 years ago and say, hey, you're gonna be using Linux in 15 years, you'd be like, what? I would even be like, what is Linux? I didn't even know anything outside of um, Windows and Mac. And Mac was even then, Mac was kind of in a fourth, was not my forethought. Like, I really was like, I'm just a Windows person. And even 15 years ago, if you ask me that you're gonna transition, I would be like, what? What are you talking about? Like, to be honest, it's one of those things that just, where has 15 years have gone, to be honest. 15 years ago, I would have basically still been in high school. We wouldn't have the Xbox One. We'd still be on the Xbox 360, PS3, and I wouldn't even know what they were. Because I was not that actively invested in, I was not actively invested in a PS3. I did not even know what an Xbox 360. I kind of knew what the Xbox 360 was, but I didn't really. Like. I was like, okay, whatever. I just was like, what? What is? Okay. I knew the Wii existed. I knew about that, but it's like, I didn't know a lot about Xbox and Xbox 360. I knew about the Xbox, but Xbox 360 is like, I was not really even paying attention to a lot of modern gaming, because like I was still stuck on the PS2. I was still on the PS2 when it was 2007. Okay, I was still playing PS2 games on the PS2, PS3, on PS2. I was still rocking a GameCube. I was still rocking GameCube. I was rocking um, probably at 15. I was still probably maybe rocking of Windows Vista, or I don't have. I really don't have a lot of, like, there are, like, I let them know that I'm seeing some of those graphical glitches through it down here. Like, I wasn't seeing it before in in a lot of things. So basically, like, I am somebody that, you look at these gaming systems, you look at these um you look at these game processes throughout a lot of our um throughout a lot of things. Like, you got to really think about what games that you are really thinking about playing, or what programs you use. You gotta pay attention to that when you switch. Don't just switch and expect to use Adobe products and switch over. Like, I stopped using Adobe, to be honest. I've used Shotcut, and I use GIMP for thumbnail editing, and that's it. And that's all I do. I just take screenshots of my game, and then and that's about it. Like, that's all I do. I don't, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do one from that side, and I'm gonna do one from that angle. Hopefully none of these will get me into trouble, with this music thing, but we will keep our head held high on a lot of it. But there's this thing that really, when I look at video games and I look at the process on a lot, there is this necessary thing that I always look at these games and I'm just like, I I was just like, was just today, like the other day, like I am thinking I might, and I might still do it. I still might figure out a process to run another playthrough of Final Fantasy 12 for it. To run Final Fantasy 12, to run but I am one of those people that you look at these the gaming space right now. Like, Valve is I feel like we're gonna have this monopoly, and I don't care in some regards. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, as long as you know, look, I will tell you, the only places that I really mainly shop right now for gamings is pretty much like PlayStation, Xbox, not so much anymore. I used to. But right now it's mostly PlayStation and Steam. And the free games from Epic. And that's it. Like, I don't play any other games outside of these platforms. And like, I sit here and I'm playing Euro Truck as it's one of my it's the fantastic game that I love. I am somebody that enjoys playing things, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I was about to start a Final Fantasy on one of these games, start Final Fantasy and 12 or Final Fantasy 8 this week, and go back and replay those. I was gonna, and then on Sunday, and then I'm like, nope, didn't happen. And so one of those things that I tend to really focus a lot on is like indie titles. There's a lot of stuff in my library that I just haven't played that I don't even think would be able to run, like Spec Ops: The Line. Like, I wanted to play that game for quite some time. Guess what? I just picked it up and just went in and started playing it again. And what? It's like I couldn't even play it on my freaking computer because it's so because of Windows does not like picking up a game that's like it doesn't quite work with modern day. Like I will tell you, it's like I am somebody that just finds ways to to really enjoy gaming through the sphere of games that, you know, um, you want to make sure that you have the best in gaming. You don't need to, like, you don't need to have the best graphics card. You don't need to have the best computer to play games. Like, you don't. Like, if you happen to go out and you see somebody selling a computer, be leery of it, but also make sure that you know that what you do is you just basically say, if you can start up that drive, start up that computer, all you have to do is um all you have to do is just wipe the drive. And to do that, all you have to do is like you're going out there, just install Linux. Like, if you're using if you find a Windows 10 laptop out there, or Windows 10 something that's out there, you probably might as well just take out the drive and actually install Linux, and you'll be so much happier, so much better. I'm just telling you right now that you'll still get consistent updates for it. You won't have this nagging thing that, oh, I need to update to Windows 11 because Windows 10 is. It's basically, to me, Windows is just becoming a data hoarder, data collector, um, and I'm starting to kind of really shift away from Windows. I don't think I didn't realize I hit anything. And why I'm gonna basically give up on Windows 10, um, on Windows, because it's like, if I have to sit here and be ready for Copilot or have any of those things, like, I don't mind AI. I just don't want it to be at the center of my life. I want it to be as a secondary thing, utilizing it if I need to. Really, I can't find what I'm looking for within like the first page of my search engine, my start page. Then I'll go to Google, and then if Google Gemini comes up with it right away, then okay, whatever. Like, I'm not somebody that's going to use AI as a backbone of my gaming, um, on my gaming system. Or when I'm not going to use it as a backbone for these things unless I'm struggling trying to make a game fit within the realm of making sure that these games are working properly and stuff. It's like, I don't mind AI being used. I just would prefer that AI be kind of used less than what it needs, because like, AI is not going to tell you the truth in its entirety. It's going to tell you what you want to know on some of these things, but it's not going to tell you everything. It's only going to tell you as much as the humans are going to be able to tell it, to be honest. Like, AI is not something that is going to be readily something I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to use AI on a daily basis. I'm never going to stop using it. I'm just going to use it and believe it, everything it tells me. No, because the point of the matter is, there's only a handful of things that will tell you the truth and tell you the absolute truth, is God and God Himself. Like, AI is going to be a thing that, hey, you might not know something, use this AI, this will write to help you what you need, write it this way. You might be able to vibe code, but you need to have, if you're a vibe coder, please make sure at least you know what you're doing, and not just be like, you go to school, you learn about coding so you can understand, so that you can make those fixes and make those mistakes, and check your work, double check its work to make sure that things are right properly on these things. Um, Um, and so it's just a lot of things based on these places where hold on. Okay, so we do got a place up here where we can rest, it seems. And then we'll save it there for today, unless how far we got left. Um, we got 6 hours left. I got 6 o'clock. I'm gonna get off at 6, so I can go and watch some TV because I want to get TV. We watch some TV and watch it so that um um because that's the one thing I will always do is I watch TV with my mom, and then I'll get back on at 9 o'clock tonight. We'll be on from 9 till 12:30. 11, 12:30 for Fortnite, and then we'll come back tonight and maybe play some Euro Truck, or I will be off at 12:30, um, and we will see how things go. I might stay playing Fortnite tonight. I might just shift over and maybe do something else tonight at 12:30. But if you guys want to know everything that I do, my website's out there. It has the schedule up there. I make it so that you guys can see my website because I just put it there so that you guys can. I have an itch where I shouldn't have an itch, but yeah, no, I did a thing and I shouldn't have. Because I needed to rest. And I was like, I missed the spot. Because I can just get off for the day. Okay. We're gonna mark it there. Now I'm gonna tell you that, hey Blanket Hugs, how you doing? But that's basically, on my website now has the official schedule set up for everything, fixed, situated. The schedule down below, does not. If you're watching on the Trovo side of things, there will be a slight update. I am doing fantastic, sitting here driving through, I believe, Turkmenistan, trying to find a spot to rest. And that's what I've been trying to do. But every time I've come by this and I miss the spot. But anyway, so that schedule's up there. Remember, it is going to be pretty much, night schedules are pretty much, I mean, afternoon schedules are still going to be the same schedule. It's always going to be from that 3-4 o'clock till about 5:36. But then my night streams are going to be slightly changed. My night streams are going to be either start time 9 o'clock or later. Because I have, except for on the days, on Tuesdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Saturday and Sundays will be the only times that I will absolutely have that start time set at 9:30, 9:30. Because I still got to do dishes, I still got to do things, I still got to get those things done. Because I have to get those things done so that I can get my dishwasher fixed, because I'm wondering if I was supposed to go downward. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it just looks like it'll go down and then come back up this way. Thanks for saying the hi, Bear. Thanks for sending the gifts, guys. Remember, if you guys want to send things, you guys can do. If you want to support me, you have a few ways to do that. The biggest one is just by hitting that follow. By hitting that follow on TikTok, Trovo, by hitting that subscribe on YouTube, all free to do so. You can also send gifts through. Yeah, I don't get why they don't have like a place here. You guys, not only that, you guys can also subscribe on my Trovo side of things, where if you happen to miss a past live stream, that past live stream, you guys will be able to through that past live streams, you guys get to watch up to 7 days. But the more that you support me on Trovo, the more you can continue to grow that past live streams for it. That includes my night and my day. But on YouTube, we are live for free. You guys can do that. But we are going to get ourselves out the door, so make sure you guys are doing all that. Make sure that if you do subscribe on YouTube, make sure that you guys hit that bell notification, because you're not going to get notified when I do go live, because sometimes I forget to post out on the Blue Skies and the other places, my Discord even. But I usually try to stick to a dedicated schedule, so if you miss something, you don't see me on, come back. Like I said, it's always going to be somewhere right around 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, because I got to get the thumbnail set up for today for YouTube, and then night streams are going to be that way on non-Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. I will have this thing where I will be doing something adult-oriented during those non-days earlier, and I might end up for those days only. That's the only day that I will let you guys know on that. So, but anyway. I talked about everything. I think I talked about everything on my list that we were supposed to. Thanks, Luke Hessing, for joining the TikTok live. Yeah. Let's do one more thing, guys. We're gonna go and show you guys the Steam shop. This is where I will tell you. This is where I get all of my mods. Right here. And I've used pretty much all of these mods available. Just to make sure that you guys know, do not put these two into play unless you're willing to get graphical problems. I do not use Antarctica Winterland. I do use Project Indo, and I do use Australia Tasmania. There's still probably a bug. Maybe they got that thing fixed there. But I will be exporting this file to my mod selection. I will be putting this up there on my website. That way you guys can get access to it right away, and you guys can just import it, and then you guys can go from there. Don't have to really focus on it too much. But the last thing I do wanted to share with you guys before I do is that they have got an update to the Nordic Horizons. Um, Iceland's on its way, but the Nordic Horizons is within Thursday the 27th, Thanksgiving Day. We will have Nordic Horizons for the United States Thanksgiving Day. That's going to be a Thanksgiving treat for a lot of people. Um, and we've got the trailer for it, but it just looks so gorgeous. That we've got some things here, but I won't be on 1.57 though, unfortunately. Um, I won't buy the Nordic Horizons until I absolutely have all of the until I know all of my mods are working on 1.57. And that's what I'm going to do. So, but yes, if you don't modify the game a lot and you're just wanting to just play the game itself, the Nordic Horizons comes out next week. Don't know anything new with American Truck though. But it is also on its way. Um, we will still be on the older versions. We'll give it about a couple of weeks to see how things go. Um, not discussions. Um, where we've got the update for it is going to have reworked player company logos. Then we're going to have the cursor navigation enhancements. We'll have some HDR support. South Dakota cities are gonna, or they talked about that a little bit in there, and it's one of those places that will probably be on its next way. We don't know what's going to be coming in 1.58 for American Truck. I think they're going to have a new thing. I hope it's either going to be Louisiana. It's either going to be Louisiana, Illinois, or South Dakota. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be Louisiana first before any of these other maps come into play. So anyway, we will catch you guys later. Make sure you guys are followed, subscribed, where it's free to do so. You know, it's not free on Trovo for subscribing, but you do get cute cat emotes. You guys get those emotes will be transferred as soon as YouTube gets access. As soon as I can get access to YouTube Forum with memberships and things, I will put those out for it. It'll follow just pretty much similar to the way that I do things for the Trovo side of things, where you guys will be able to watch my live streams on a daily basis, and then sometimes it'll go back put behind a membership. Maybe we'll get them for free for YouTube, and then it'll go behind a membership to basically, like I normally do. But we'll see ya later, Blanket. But anyway, it's great. It's great to see that we're getting some new stuff for release stuff. I don't know anything more. I don't think I don't. Last thing I wanted to check is I just might put those as like trucking games, put them into one thing so I can just search for it easier. But I don't know what's coming in. Here's what's 1.57. The Nordic Horizon, that's the Nordic Horizons thing. A refresh of the regions with updated textures, vegetation, road assets alongside new rest stops and fuel stations. New map additions include the brand new city of Aleris in Denmark and Kurestad in Sweden, along with completed rebuild Copenhagen, featuring modern infrastructure and landmark recreations to enrich network and scenery, and much more for you to discover. And it'll be updating the Scandinavia. We'll get HDR support, which I don't really think that's going to help me anyways. Dynamic cargo, loading and unloading. Interesting. The Scania R and S 77080 plus Smart Dash is getting an update. So we're gonna get a new truck. We're gonna get the Special Transport DLC update. For that, the Crone Trailer Pack DLC is gonna get an update as well. I use that. I have that one. And we have the reworked players, companies, and logos and paint jobs. For it, not too shabby. And then that's gonna be nice to see for a lot of those things. So anyway, guys, we will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Like, subscribe,